everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Bills going up against the Dolphins.
Larry, we come to you from a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls with an 11th on the way in 2020. Yes, we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a second and 11. He'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Got some room at the 30. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Rob Kelly from 17 yards out, and the Bills have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
So now here come the Dolphins. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves Jack that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Hurry up, here we go. Move, over. No. Look at 56.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Taking a shot for six. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now they try the right side here. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a handoff as they run left side. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. He'll set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
And that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and throw for it here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Detroit!
Now a handoff looking right. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now they try the right side here. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play for the Bills on third down. 55 yards. Now a handoff looking right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Watch it now. Over. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And they give this time to the tailback. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Over. Detroit. Back down in that Philly.
The slot man in motion right. McCaffrey following the penalty. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cornelder. And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 44-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he is knocked down from the side. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They go play action here on first down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. A swing pass caught, and he will finally be taken out of bounds. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They come out here in the eye.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Here we go now! Blue,
And he motions the wide receiver. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Clean, over.
On 3rd down, that's Grant. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. And that one makes it 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard. Back up. Watch it now, Marty.
Back to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Stephon Anthony. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Here we go.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And out come the Dolphins now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Let's go!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. All right, here we go. No, check, Patriots.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Detroit!
And now here's a carry heading left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throw now on 1st down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now a handoff looking right, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Dolphin football. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Dalvin Tomlinson with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And here come the Bills. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They run the counter now on 1st down. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. he's taken down. Back at his own 7. T.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 5. The Bills on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw. They'll rifle this one deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. The gun. They'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
No.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete here on third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Keller. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Detroit! No, check, Patriots! Here we go! No, check, Patriots!
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
He'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
The Bills on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a handoff as they run left side. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. As they run the counter play. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
Space to run past the 20. And he's brought down. And they're not going to let him get this one off. We have a whistle and a timeout as they'll try to put him on ice a bit. And they still have 2 timeouts left. And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And a decent game there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll drop the throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now a handoff looking right. And now running right through it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Watch it now, Barney. Let's go. Green.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.